Today we discuss fertilizers and types. What is fertilizer? A fertilizer is any material of natural or synthetic origin that is applied to soils or to plant tissues to supply one or more plant nutrients essential to the growth of plants. Fertilizer classification: organic manures or natural, chemical fertilizers or synthetic, and biofertilizers. Organic manures contains farmyard manure, composite, green manure, and vermicomposite. Chemical fertilizers contains simple fertilizer and complex fertilizer. Manures are organic materials added to the soil to increase crop production. They are biological in origin. The organic matter content is bulky and large, and the nutrient content is small. They have the following effect on the soil: the supply of nutrients to the soil. Since the manure contain nutrients in small quantities, they have to be used in bulk quantities. Since the manure contains a lot of organic matter, it increases the water holding capacity in sandy soil and drainage in clayey soil. Organic manures provides food for soil organisms like earthworms, which are responsible for improving soil quality. Organic manure include farm manure, composite, green manure, and vermicompost. Compost. This consists of variety of farm wastes such as farm weeds, straw, sugarcane, refuse, rotting vegetables, kitchen wastes, crop suitable, groundnut, and rice husk. Composting is a biological process in which aerobic and anaerobic organisms decompose organic matter. A trench of suitable size 4 to 5 meter long, 1.5 to 1.8 meter broad, and 1 meter to 1.8 meter deep is dug. A layer of well mixed refuse of about 30 centimeters thickness is separated in the pit. A slurry of cow dung, earth, and water is poured over this layer to keep it moist. Another layer of mixed refuse is separated in the pit till the heap rises to the height of 45 to 60 centimeters above the ground level. Finally, the top is covered with a thin layer of mud. 3 months later, of composition, the layers are well mixed and covered again. After 3 months, the composite is ready to be used in the field. Composite are two types: farm composite, town composite. Farm composite contains 0.5% of nitrogen, 0.15% of P2O5, and 0.5% of K2O. Town compost contains 1.4% of nitrogen, 1% of P2O5, and 1.4% of K2O. Green manures. Green manure is the practice of growing and plowing in the green crops into the soil. It is a cheap and effective method that increases soil fertility as it can supplement farmyard and organic manures and is more cost effective. Green manures add nitrogen and organic matter to the soil for improving crop productivity. They also improve soil aeration and drainage conditions. Both leguminous and non-leguminous plants are growing for making green manures. What is organic fertilizers? The term organic fertilizer includes substance nutrient elements, single or combination, on any other applied directly to the soil for the purpose of promoting plant growth, increasing crop yields, or promoting their quality. Inorganic fertilizers are used to distinguish the manufactured product from natural organic material of plant or animal origin. Inorganic mineral fertilizers, a term used by International Organization Standardization for fertilizers, in which the declared nutrients are informed organic salts obtained by extraction and by physical or chemical industrial processes. Commercial sources of inorganic fertilizers. Nitrogen, the common source of inorganic fertilizers, is provided. Nitrogen source of nitrogen include animal manure and waste, and green manure, legumes and other species grown and potted under the soil. Commercial organic sources include salts of ammonia and potassium. Phosphorus. Animal manures are a source of phosphorus. Commercial fertilizers are made primarily from rock phosphate. The most common fertilizer source of phosphorus is superphosphate, which contains 16 to 20% of phosphoric acid. Other commercial forms are ammonium phosphate and triple superphosphate. Potassium, used to replenish soil supplies. Commercial fertilizers may be purchased as potassium sulfate. The nitrate form is the most expensive and as such is cost effective only when applied to high premium crops such as vegetables and orchard plants. State fertilizers are those which supply only one primary plant nutrient like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. For example, urea, ammonium sulfate, potassium chloride, and potassium sulfate. Complex fertilizers contain two or three primary plant nutrients, of which two primary nutrients are in commercial combination, usually produced in granular form. Diammonium phosphate, nitrophosphate, ammonium phosphate. Mixed fertilizer are physical mixtures of citrate fertilizer. They contain two or three primary plant nutrients made by thoroughly mixing the ingredients either mechanically or manually. Classification based on physical form: soil fertilizers and liquid fertilizers. Soil fertilizer: powdered single superphosphate, crystallus ammonium sulfate, plus urea, diammonium phosphate, superphosphate, granules, Holland granules, supergranules, urea supergranules, briquettes, urea briquettes. Liquid form fertilizer are applied with irrigation, water or form direct application. Two types: one clear liquid fertilizer when the fertilizer are completely dissolved in soil. Second, suspension liquid fertilizer when fertilizer are suspended as fine particle in water. Biofertilizers: the biofertilizers containing biological nitrogen fixing organism are of utmost importance in agriculture. Advantage of biofertilizers. They help in the establishment and growth of crop patterns and trees. They enhance biomass production and grain yield by 10 to 20%. They are useful in sustainable agriculture. They are sustainable in organic farming. They play an important role in agroforestry, silvipastoral system. Types of biofertilizers. Rhizobium. Most values with biofertilizer in rhizobium, which colonizes the roots of specific legumes to form tumor-like growth called root nodules. These nodules act as a factories of ammonia production. The rhizobium legume association can fix up to 100 to 300 kilograms per Newton is one crop season. Azobacter. Application of azobacter has been found to increase yield of what rice, maize, pearl, millet and sorghum by 0 to 3 PC over control. Apart from nitrogen, this organism is also capable of producing antifungal and antibacterial compounds. Hormones. Azospirillum contain microorganisms like bacteria and bilirubin algae have the ability to use atmospheric nitrogen and transport this nutrient to the crop plants. Azospirillum is inoculated to maize, barley, oats, sorghum, pearl millet, and forage crops. It increases grain productivity of cereals by 5 to 20%, of millets by 30%, and fodder by over 50%. Azolla, a small floating water form. Azolla is commonly seen in lowland fields and shallow freshwater bodies. A live floating nitrogen factory using energy from photosynthesis to fix atmospheric nitrogen accounting to 100 to 150 kilograms per hectare per year from about 40 to 60 tons of biomass. Mycorrhiza. It is a symbiotic association of fungi with roots of vascular plants. It is useful in increasing phosphate phosphorus uptake in fruits crops like citrus, papaya. Bilirubin algae. The utilization of bilirubin algae is vital as a biofertilizer for rice is a very promising. A judicious use of this algae could provide to the country's entire rice acreage as much nitrogen is obtained from 15 to 17 lakh of tons of urea. Algae also helps to reduce soil alkalinity. Advantage of fertilizers. We need more food to feed increased population. This is only possible through high yielding varieties of food grains and other food materials like oilseeds, sugar, fruits, etc. All these things need nutrition through roots from soil. The nutrition in large quantity can only be fortified to soil through use of chemical fertilizer. Disadvantages of fertilizers. Excess of uncontrolled use can spoil the soil properties, osmotic pressure, conductivity, and water holding capacity. It may also affect adversely on population of microorganisms and other parameters. It can also damage water resources.